everybody! So today we thought that we would start like a new little series called Storytime with Ash and Shelbs because we have some pretty funny stories and things that have happened. So we thought it would be fun to like just sit down and have a little chat and tell these stories.
Here's a hint. This one has a lot to do with
New York.
So this is a story about the time that we got locked out of our apartment building and were homeless on the streets
For like 12 hours.
for 12 Curious? So it started off, we were at a concert. I don't remember what concert. It was a smaller one at like Bowery Ballroom or something. I don't remember who we saw. Because the rest of the night kind of went crazy. So it was like later than
It was like
usual.
almost midnight.
Yeah, when we were getting back from the concert. I don't think it was after midnight, but it was close.
Yeah, it was very close.
So we lived at the time in a different building than we do now, and it was a building that doesn't have a doorman. It's like most buildings in New York, or a lot of buildings in New York, where you just use, you know, a key to open the door. This had actually like a double door, so you had to use it twice. So you use like your key to open the first door, and you went into like this little vestibule area, and then
Vestibule?
Vestibule. Did I say vegetable?
I don't know what you said.
And you use your key again, so it's like a double security situation. So we go to open the first door and our key won't go in.
Yeah.
It's like there's a key stuck in it that's broken off. So there's nothing that we can do to get the door open with our key. We're like, well, what do we do?
I did, even though it was late, I buzzed on everybody's thing to see if anybody would open the door, and no one did.
We knocked, we waited there for a little bit to see
if like anyone came out or
in, or was trying to also get in and had a solution, or somebody was leaving. But it was late, and it was a weeknight.
Yeah.
It was like a Thursday.
I just want to point out, in this building we have like a super on site that we can like contact if anything were to happen like that. In that building we didn't. There was somebody who came and like did stuff, but he wasn't on site. He didn't live there, so it wasn't like something that we could call and be like, hey, can you come here really quick and let us in?
So we tried to call the management company. They're obviously closed, but we thought maybe they would have some sort of like emergency services number like on their answering service. They didn't. It was only for like gas emergencies, like stuff like
gas
that,
leak or
not like helper
or
left out of the building. So we were like, all right.
We sat there for a good like hour and a half. There was like a newspaper already delivered or something that we sat down and read.
Yeah. We called our uncle. No, he called us, but I don't know how.
I don't know how he knew.
I forget the logistics, but our uncle's a contractor, and he somehow found out that we were locked out. So he
told us to go get some like WD-40 or something.
Because we thought maybe we could like get the thing out. We could wedge it out somehow. So we went to the drugstore that's open 24 hours.
Oh, we almost booked a hotel room too.
No, I'm getting there.
Okay.
I'm getting there, but we tried this. We tried this first. So we got some WD-40 and we were trying to see if we could like loosen it out. That didn't work. It didn't do anything. So then we're like, okay, so it's looking like we're homeless.
Oh, I need to point something out. We had a dog at the time, and this was like pretty soon after we had moved into this apartment, and every time we left, Ashley would put her in like the little cage just to contain her like while we were gone. For some reason, when we decided to go to this concert, she said, I'm not gonna put her in there tonight, I'm just gonna let her
Which was so weird.
around.
I never did that.
Never ever. And she never put her back in there after this.
No, because I was terrified.
But yeah, for some reason this night she decided to just let her like be out. And this dog, like, she literally raised herself. Like, you didn't need to do anything. She liked being by herself. She was probably glad we weren't home.
So then we called a couple of hotels around that. We were like, well, maybe we just get a room, but everything was booked.
Yeah.
So
it was like close, and we didn't want to go like far away.
And we also didn't want to spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
Hotels in New York are not cheap.
No.
And we, at this point, we're going to be in there for like 8 hours total, and we're like, I don't want to spend like $300 on that.
And we also didn't want our phones to die because remember, we were at a concert. So I was like videoing everything. Like my phone wasn't charged like before we went to the concert. So it was getting down into like the 30s and I was like, oh no, like we can't let our phones die. So after we had tried like the WD-40 and everything, it didn't work and we were like, okay, well we're gonna have to find something to do. So we decided we were gonna go to the diner that was on the corner of our street. I know, I'm getting there. We decided we were gonna go to the diner, but we were like, okay, we're gonna have to sit there for like 5-6 hours and we can't eat that much, and so it's like, what are we gonna do? So we decided to go back to Duane Reade and we got like coloring books and word searches and like all of this stuff because we were like, we've got to do something because we can't like look at our phones and let them die. So we walk into this diner, we order like this like big breakfast, we have lots of coffee, and then we pull out like word searches and coloring books and like Mad Libs, and it was just doing that all night until about like 5:30.
Thank God for diners that are open 24/7.
Yeah, and they were really nice. We had been in there like several times before, like they kind of like knew who we were, and a lot of people we have found go to these diners in the middle of the night and just like chill. We were not alone, let me tell you.
Well, you're never alone in New York.
No.
Anyways,
but yeah, so we sat there and it was fun, and then I was getting really tired and I was like, we've got to like get in. And so we were there until about 5:30, and so
then Starbucks opened and we moved.
Yeah, well, we walked back to our apartment first just to check and see if anything was fixed. I think we sat there for like 30 minutes because we were hoping that someone might be leaving to like go work out before work or something. So we were like kind of like hanging out by the door because the second somebody opened it, like we could just go in. No one came, so 6 o'clock came, so we were like, okay, let's go to Starbucks now because we can't go back to the diner. So we got coffee again.
It's so much coffee that night.
Yeah. And I don't even remember how we got back into the building.
So we sat at Starbucks for like 30 minutes, drank coffee, and we were waiting. And I feel like you went back over there
to check or something?
Yeah, I think we wanted to keep our table at Starbucks. So I think you went back over there and you stood there for a little bit, and then somebody came out and you went in, and then I came back over. Starbucks was just around the corner from our building. So then I came over and you let me in, and then we went upstairs and this was like 6:30.
I skipped school that day because I was like, I have to go to bed.
Slept for a couple hours. I think I emailed my boss, and at the time it was like, so I spent the night
in a diner.
I need to sleep, so I'm gonna like sleep for a couple hours and then I'll work.
Yeah, I definitely didn't go to school that day.
So that was.
Oh, you know what?
You
missed out on a big part of the story.
What did I forget?
Before we went to the diner, so we were sitting outside our apartment. It was like 12:30. Happened to be on the Today Show the next morning was a One Direction concert.
Oh, this is why this had nothing to do with anything I wanted to do.
And this was the year after Alex and I went, and it was just like that's a story for a whole nother time. That's like, we slept on the street.
That's story time part 2.
Yeah, definitely slept on the street. But so we decided we weren't gonna go and try and do this, but we were sitting outside our apartment, and we were like, well, what are we gonna do? And Ashley was like, well, I mean, there's nothing else to do, so if you really want, we can go to like 30 Rock. And
this is how desperate
we were. Ashley was gonna go to a One Direction concert on the street in New York with all these like 10-year-olds.
A lot of people.
Yeah,
it could be like, if we have to be out, might as well like go hang out with people.
But I was so traumatized from the first experience of doing that I was like, I can't. I legitimately can't do it. We've got to tell that story because that's a good one. But yeah, for someone who's so obsessed with One Direction and would have loved to do that, I was like, no, we're not doing it. I can't go do that again. But yeah, I was surprised that it was her idea to go to that.
I completely forgot about that. But anyway, so it's a fun story now. It wasn't super fun that night. I mean, it wasn't tragic. We knew we would get in eventually. But what would you guys have done in that situation? I'm curious, because
I ate chocolate chip
pancakes and coloring books. We kind of had fun.
It was kind of fun, actually.
All right, so that was our first story time with Ash and Shelbs. If you guys want to see more stories like this from us, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel right here so you never miss a video, and watch our last video right there. We will see you guys next time. Bye! Bye.